Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Askeles, the inventress. My business is Inventing A to Z. At Inventing A to Z, I work with clients to take their products from concept to fruition, from a napkin idea all the way to the marketplace and everything in between, the right way. If you want to contact me, email me, Lisa at inventingatoz.com. My website, inventingatoz.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Askeles, the inventress. Welcome to my podcast. Hi, everybody. This is Lisa Askeles, the inventress. Welcome to the Inventress Podcast. Thank you for coming back every single week over and over again to listen to our antics. Unfortunately, this week, Brittany's not going to be here on the show. It's me, myself, and I, in addition to having a phenomenal guest on our show who I love and adore. She's an inventor. She's been on the show before, and just an amazing, amazing woman, entrepreneur, inventor, creative mind, special person with a great, great, great heart, and so much to share with you about her product, her invention, her idea. The name of her company is called Antonia's Promise, and her name is Antonia Tomao, and I'll let her give you the information. And so pleased to invite you on our show for the second time. Welcome, Antonia Tomao. Hi, Antonia.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you for having me back on. I can't believe it's the second time already.
Can you believe it's that? I mean, the first time was it a month, 2 months ago? Time goes by very, very quickly.
I have to say, time does go by quickly. I want to say it was about a month ago.
It was a month ago.
About right.
Holy
Yeah.
cow. And we've made
Yeah.
a whole lot of progress in that short space of time. But before we jump into anything like that, I just have to, we are in a time that we can't dismiss. I can't stand saying it, talking about what that thing is, that the virus is. Don't want to even give it a name. I don't want to name it. I don't want to make it real. I don't want to make it anything. But in this time of despair for many people and uncertainty, how are you? How is your family? How are your children? How are you working through this time? You have your 3 children at home and your husband.
I do. You know, I have to say, breathing helps a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Breathing through everything. But I will tell you that keeping a schedule with kids most definitely is something that works, I think, very well for my family. But very importantly, in my house, it's positivity.
Amen.
And, you know, I always flood my house with really positive thoughts, and I always have 96.7 on. And for those of you who don't know what that channel is, it is positive, beautiful songs that
love it.
Really speak God's name and really get you through tough days. And, you know, for me, I've always turned to prayer. That's something that's always calmed me down. It's what basically Antonia's Promise is all about.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so for me, praying helps a lot. And I do that with my children. You know, I pray with my children every single night. And believe it or not, it works for them too. Yeah.
It's a safe space. It's a safe space for them. You know, this is a time where children are they don't know. They've never been through anything like this
No, they
ever.
haven't.
Nor
No,
have
they
we.
haven't.
Nor have we in our
No,
lifetime.
No, right. Or our parents, right?
Or our parents.
My parents.
Right. Nor have our parents.
Right.
So to be able to find a place, and God is always first and foremost in our family also.
Yes.
And believe it or not, my children are, my children's ages, they're older, and I pray with my children all the time too.
Right.
All the time.
Right.
And
Right.
this is what it helps to get us through all of these times. Your belief system, your passion and loving, knowing that you have a relationship with Christ for us.
Mm-hmm.
And every religion, everybody has their own religion and belief system. For us, it's
Yes.
our Lord and Savior. And so no, that's awesome. It's awesome to hear that you do that with your children and
I
with
do.
your.
It's so important to me. It's so important to me. I mean, I have a nightly routine that I do with my kids, and they know. I mean, my oldest daughter, she kind of goes, "Okay, Mom, I could do this on my own," you know. But my other two, they actually really enjoy being sat with, and we have a whole thing that we go through, and we talk. You know, we
I'm
talk.
sure your
They ask
oldest
me a
one
lot
does
of
too.
questions.
Can I say something to
Yes.
you? I'm sure your oldest
Mm-hmm.
daughter loves and
Mm-hmm.
appreciates every single
She does.
moment
And the
she does.
older she gets, the more she's appreciating it.
Yes,
The
I'm
more
sure she
she's
does.
taught. And I'm finding her saying things that I'm like, excuse me?
She
Like,
listened.
I couldn't believe she said that. She does. They do. They listen. They pick things up. They're sponges.
And
They
that's why
really are.
it's so important to all the words that come out of your mouth are so powerful. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like it says in the Bible, the tongue is mightier than the sword, right?
Very much so.
So
Very
just
much
making
so.
sure that you say the right things, all of the right things, well, as right as we could possibly be, especially in
Right.
these challenging times. Like, what do you say? Things are changing on a regular basis, on a daily
Yeah.
basis. But if they
But there's
have,
nothing that God can't handle.
exactly. If there's,
Nothing.
yep.
Nothing.
If
He
there's a,
shines the brightest lights in the darkest of places.
amen, amen,
And
amen. That's
I
right.
really do believe that there is nothing God can't handle, and I know He will see us through this very tough time. And I do believe, Lisa, that there is a lot of anxiety right now. There is a lot of depression right now. There is a lot of stress right now. And, you know, this brings me back to my first podcast with you. You know,
Yes.
This is what my line's all about. It's prayer.
It is.
It's something to lean on and to remember that the only thing that we can really do right now is pray.
Have faith. Keep the faith and pray.
That is it. That is it. We are all broken. America, the world is broken right now.
So let's talk about that.
Suffering.
So let's talk about that. So
Okay.
your product, now we can talk about it. You're completely patented.
I am.
You're
Yep.
finished. We know now we could not talk about it before because we were in a place
Right.
where we weren't completely finished. But Antonia, let's talk about the cross. Let's talk about the
Okay.
brokenness. Let's talk about the broken cross and what you designed based upon, you know, some of the things that you've gone through in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about what that cross means to you.
You know, when I created this cross because I was very broken, right? I was broken inside. I was broken because of my health. I was broken because I was going through a very traumatic time in my life. And it was through prayer that I was healed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the only thing that I really was able to hold on to with two hands, really tight, and go to every single day and give myself to, wholeheartedly, with all my heart. I started to develop a relationship with Christ, and I gave myself to Him, and in return, He granted me a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
And it was through the openness of my heart. And after that, I started to, you know, sit down and really think about it. And, you know, I'm proud to say that I never thought that I could fall in love ever again in my lifetime as a married woman. But I fell in love. I fell in love with Jesus Christ. I really did. And I made Him a promise, and I was there to keep my promise, and I was there to keep my vow, and I started to create this cross. And I do believe that I created this cross with Him.
Yes.
Because I didn't do this on my own. I couldn't have done it on my own. This was something that I created with Him.
You had a vision. You had a vision.
I did.
You had a feeling.
You know what? I'm very big on intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that the closer you get to God, the more you are able to listen.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
It's really unbelievable, but we all have it. I always say everybody can sing, right? We can all sing, but some people can really sing.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? We can all really sing if we want to. And what I mean by that is we have to listen, not with one ear, but with two. And that's what I started to do. I started to really listen to myself, to my intuition, what my heart was telling me, and what my mind was telling me. And when I meditated on Christ, I started to, remember my brokenness, feel my brokenness, develop this line. And I mean, there's so many layers to the cross, and but in reality, this really, when I look at my cross, or you look at my cross, or anyone looks at my cross, really, it's everyone's cross.
It is, because we are actually, every single one of us is broken in so many ways.
Correct. Right.
In so many ways, Antonia, and you just brought this brokenness to life that we can all share. It's a palpable thing. You can touch it, you can feel it. It's palpable in the air today. When I say palpable, I mean that we are literally all feeling this pain in this emotional space, that we are all broken. So so your product, your invention, this amazing, it's a product because it's going on the market, but it's a product that is a special piece that's going to touch everyone's heart.
Yeah, I feel like we're living in a very modern world.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a modern message. This is a message that says, you are not alone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are not alone. We are all in the same boat together. Whether you're dealing with cancer, whether you're dealing with anxiety, whether you're dealing with depression, whether you're dealing with COVID-19, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you're not alone.
You're not.
The end result is we all have to pick up our crosses. And
we do.
all have to bear them, and we all have to carry them.
Yes.
But the end result is to pray, and that's the only thing that we can do.
That's what we could do collectively.
Pray together.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct, Lisa.
We could do it collectively.
Pray for each other, pray for one another, pray at a certain hour, whatever it is, it's prayer.
You know what I say to my children? I have to tell you, I say to myself, I say to my children, and I've said this forever, when you are not speaking, you should be praying. Like you don't have to have a specific prayer. You don't have, but just talk to God, talk to the higher power, whatever your belief is, whatever your belief system is. And just pray and talk and speak to God, speak to your higher power and ask. Because when we ask, we do receive, right?
Absolutely.
We do receive.
And it's that simple.
It really is. And
it's just as simple as you just said it to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I don't think people, and that's what my cross reminds you to do. It's very interesting because even now, like, I can't unsee what I've done to my cross.
That's great.
It's very interesting because I look at every time I look at a cross now, I see the image that I've created on it. And it's an instant reminder of what needs to be done.
So let's again, we have to remind, because people are just getting on for the first time, and so we have to insert what your Antonia's Promise. So I'm speaking with Antonia Tomao of Antonia's Promise, who has just an incredible line of crosses that you guys will go crazy for, because we all need it. It's a cross it's a broken cross. And I'll allow you to describe what the cross looks like, what it's about, and if you want to share that part of it, again, reiterate.
Mm-hmm. So, the goal here is to help people, right? And that's why I created it. I created it as my promise to Christ. My promise to God was, I will speak love and light as a vessel for you if you help me. And God gave me a second chance. Mm-hmm. And right now, what is everyone asking for? Help. Everyone's asking for a second chance. We take for granted sometimes taking a walk to the store or driving our car, and that's being taken away from us right now. Unfortunately, it's like, we are kind of at an awakening. And, when I went through what I went through, I held on to faith because I needed that second chance. Mm-hmm. And I got that second chance. And the cross that I had created was a reminder that I'm not perfect. I'm human. And I was broken. And the only thing that I can do to help me was to turn to Christ through my brokenness and pray.
And so your cross depicts that, right? So your cross has what we look at as a crack, right?
Yes, it's a crack.
Mm-hmm.
And inside the crack, if you look closely, I had worked with engineers and designers to an artist. There is a person bent over, broken, praying. That's what my cross is. So it is a crack. And inside the crack, there is an actual person bent over, broken in prayer.
Don't you think that person bent over in prayer is Jesus Christ? Or is that a depiction of what any... See, when I see it, I see Jesus. I see...
Lisa, Jesus Christ was broken as well.
Uh-huh.
He was broken as well. But when I created that was me, broken in prayer. And if you look even closer, there is a thorn sticking out of the leg.
Yes.
That thorn was my cancer. But you know what? We all have a thorn.
Yes.
Every single one of us carry a thorn. We all have a thorn. Every single one of us. We all know what it is. We all have it. But I wanted that thorn there, as a symbol of what my pain was and what I was going through at the time. And I think that everyone can relate to this design. Everyone can relate to it. I think that when you see it, it's a reminder that you are human. It's a reminder that you are not alone. It's a reminder that you are broken, and the end result is to pray. So, for me to look at my cross, it makes me feel good.
Yes. No, and I get that. I also, I think everybody's going to have, what I love about your cross also is, I think everyone's going to have their own idea of who's in it, whether it's them sitting down, kneeling, because it's in my vision, it's to me, Jesus kneeling down and praying. Like when I look at your cross, of course, we developed this and we're in the middle of manufacturing. That's we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. But just when I see it, I see Jesus kneeling down and praying and asking.
Well, that's what my priest saw too.
That's how I see it. Or and everybody, I can't wait for the feedback that you're going to get, because
I'm very interested as well.
Because people will say, maybe some people will say, no, that's me. I'm kneeling down.
Well, that was me, right?
I'm kneeling down. I have a thorn in my side. I think we all do. We all have that thorn in our...
We all do. Every single one of us.
Yes.
And we all know what it is, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
Some of us disclose it, and some of us don't. Some of us are more private than others. But, I think now, like I said, we're living in a very modern world, and a lot of people are coming forward with a lot of things, mental illness, what their struggles are.
That's big time, especially now, Antonia, especially now.
Yes.
Today, with everything that's happening with that thing I won't name, that virus that's going around that I won't give it a name because I want it to go away, and I wish it to gone in a poof, puff the magic dragon. And it will be by the grace of God and with prayer and everything else. So collectively, if we pray on this and just ask God to get rid of it, I think that, and we do all the right things by staying inside, everyone, staying at home, staying inside, being safe, not, we all are crazy. We want to get outside. We want to connect with each other. I get that, because the social distancing is it's not great for our emotional spaces. When people who are really used to getting out and being amongst other people, it's hard. It's very, very hard. So getting back to what you're doing and your cross and the praying and kneeling and just really understanding where we are at this time is super important. And you are bringing this to the forefront at the right time, in God's time.
God doesn't make any mistakes, right?
Ever.
God doesn't make any mistakes.
Yep.
And before I actually came on this call, I said to myself, what are the odds of this? I mean, I'm launching next month, and my birthday falls on Easter Sunday
April 12th. That's right.
I mean, there are no coincidences.
No, there aren't.
And I created this line years ago. This isn't something that was just created overnight. And this message is needed so badly.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And it was needed a year ago, and 2 years ago, and 3 years ago, and 5 years ago. But it is desperately needed right now.
It is.
And I think, and I hope, and I pray, and I hope, and I use the word hope because we are all in such need of hope at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that my cross can do that for people.
It will.
I hope that it can bring them comfort. I hope that it brings them ease. I hope that it brings them, people who are alone don't feel so much alone.
Yeah.
And I always said when I turned to God and I had God, I always said, I am so grateful that I'm not alone anymore. I never felt alone.
When you have God, you're never alone, Antonia.
Never.
Nope.
Never. And, life was good. But now that I have Christ in my life, I couldn't imagine it any other way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Any other way. And
Absolutely.
there is no holding back how I feel.
And
He puts this sense of ease in me, this sense of happiness in me, and comfort and joy. And I'm not ashamed to say it.
And you should never be, for any reason.
Magnificent. It's magnificent. And I really pray and hope that this cross does that for people.
And it will.
I hope that they find that comfort even by looking at it, by holding it, and realize that they're not alone, nor do they have to ever be alone.
No one's ever alone. No one's ever alone. When you realize that you have our Father holding you in His hands, you are not alone. And it's real. It's actually, it's real. And you're making it even more real for us. So I appreciate you developing this product. And you know what? In the midst of everything, so we went from your 1 month ago, the podcast that we had, right? Where were we then? I think we were looking at possibly your first prototype. But things have happened very, very quickly. I got to tell you something. By the grace of God, things have happened quickly and and nothing's ever stopped. So we're in the middle of this crisis, and your product with our manufacturers, the manufacturers that I use, and I mean, we've switched from one to another, but anyway, that's besides the point. Your product is continuing to be built. They are building it, they're manufacturing it, and nothing is slowing down that process, which is miraculous to me in this time. What do you think that is, girl? What do you think?
I know what it is. Don't ask me. I know it's God, and I know it's needed, and I know it's for a good cause, but it hasn't been affected at all.
It has not.
Not even an inkling.
Not for a second.
I haven't felt any push nor pull or anything, any difference at all.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is a time where everything's being shut down. So,
yep.
All of the
facts. And that was my concern, immediate concern. I said, oh my goodness, this isn't going to launch. This isn't going to happen. This is at a complete halt. And nope, not at all. Hasn't interrupted it, not one bit.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So for those
Very
of you,
exciting.
It really is. So for those of you tuning in, you are listening to my client, Antonia Tomao, with Antonia's Promise. She has a wonderful line of this great cross, this cracked cross. It's the broken cross. It's in addition to everything else that she's doing, prayer cards and all of these things that you will see soon. And you will be on, just to let you guys know, Antonia is going to be on every single social media platform, everywhere. And Antonia, thank you so much, sweetheart, for being on our show again. You'll be on again and again and again and again and again and again.
Oh my goodness!
And
Thank you so much, Lisa. I feel so blessed to have you.
And
in
you
my life.
are.
I really do.
I'm blessed to have you in my life. I'm blessed to have you in mine.
Thank you.
All right.
Before we go, I just want to say that, I don't know that I could have done this without you. I really don't. And you've been very supportive in many different ways, and you wear many different hats. But going through this time has been very scary for small business owners and people starting their own companies.
Yes.
And you've really, really have reassured me. You've made me feel at ease, and nothing has changed. I mean, really, you are very comforting, and I can't thank you enough. You're much more than a consultant and an agent and all of the things that originally I came to you for. And for that, I thank you. And that to me is priceless.
You're so very welcome, Antonia. And you're that person, though, too. Like, you make it easy for me to work and manufacture and do the things that we're doing together. You make it easy. You really make it easy.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you for being the person.
Your time today.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Thank you for being on our show, and you're going to be back on again on the Adventures podcast. I mean, you are an ideal client. You are, without you doing and sticking with me and answering my questions and answering my calls and emails and text messages, this could never happen. It could never, ever, ever happen because it takes you to make it happen. It's Antonia's promise. So it does take a village. So everybody listening today, thank you so much for tuning in. And Antonia will be back, and you will also be at our conference, which I give it to God, but we're hoping for sometime in July. I'm speaking into existence July 19th. I'm hoping it can be at that time, but this is now, we're leaving it to our Father, and whatever happens, and He's our guide, or we'll see what happens.
Lisa, before we wrap up, I really want to thank you again for this opportunity and for being on your show. And I really can't believe that this is the second time and we are here again so quickly. And I really want to thank you for all that you do. You are so much more to me than when I first came to you. You've become my mentor and my friend and such a beautiful part of my life, and I really, truly feel that I couldn't have gotten this far without you.
Oh, Antonia, thank you, sweetheart.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, and I'm so very grateful for you, and I know that this is a long-lasting friendship.
100%. I feel the same way about you, and I say that, we talk very often, as my client, as my friend. We talk on a regular basis, and that's how we keep your project moving. And not just a project, but it's a movement. This movement keeps on going with the love and the heart that you give and you put in. You literally put in what you get back, and you've given so much to so many people. And I thank you for Antonia's promise. I thank you so much for everything that you've done, your cross, and again, Antonia's promises. She's on every social media platform. Please reach out to her, and I can't wait to do this again and again and again, Antonia. Thank you for being such a diamond in the rough, girl. You're amazing. God bless
Thank you, Lisa.
Your
and
family.
So are you.
Oh, thank you so much.
So are you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
And you have a blessed evening, and I can't wait to be back with new and fantastic news.
I can't wait, and we are. I can't wait to share with you what's happening, what's coming up. All right, sweetheart. God bless you. I love you. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It was absolutely fantastic having Antonia on our show today. I really missed not having Brittany on the show today because she really kicks it up a couple of notches, of course. But Antonia was amazing, as she always is. It was great having her on our show for the second time. And can't wait for the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and to infinity, because she's making it happen. She's so determined to succeed, and I'm all about that. I'm behind her. We are behind her 110%. So you know what my pick of the week is, right? It's Antonia's Promise. You'll be able to find her on every social media platform. Soon, really soon. Listen, guys, if you want to find out how to get on my show, The Adventures Podcast, you can email me, theinventurspodcast.com. I have several emails. You can go to my Inventing A to Z website, which is inventingatoz.com. Email me, info@inventingatoz.com. toz.com, and just reach out. We actually respond. So just keep on lifting each other up, 2 hands at a time, and sometimes you just have to use your foot. Until next time, peace.